Some of you may or may not know anything about this project, but essentially this is a diagram of Times Square as of about 2 or 3 years ago, actually. There's a bow tie in the middle between about 42nd and 47th Streets, which is really where all the neon is, where people go. It's tourists. It's absolutely crazy. Then around 2009, the city started looking at what happens if we actually close Broadway in this area. Is it possible to close Broadway and open up pedestrian plazas? What sort of impact will that have? So New York City actually did this. They worked with an artist who painted the street surface a different color and sort of fun blue patterns, just to test it out. And this is what happened. Pedestrian accidents decreased, revenue increased for the stores in the area, pollution decreased. There were all these wonderful positive benefits. So then that's about when we got involved. And they said, Snøhetta, this is really amazing. We have all of these great results. Can we make this permanent? What does it mean to actually rethink entirely Times Square in a permanent way? We said, well, I don't know. Let's go look. We live in New York, so why would we ever go to Times Square? So then we went and looked, and we gathered a lot of information. This is something, we took some videos, and of course there's lots of videos online that we looked at. We took some videos and realized that there are a lot of measures of irritation, primarily along the edges of the buildings. Because there was no public plazas or any place to go prior to the sort of testing, everyone was crammed in these very narrow sidewalks. We looked at where people were trying to go, how they were trying to move between buildings, what was causing some of the congestion at the intersections. And we very quickly realized, quick is relative, of course. I think this was probably 1.5 years or maybe even 2 years in the project. Again, it's a public agency, so it takes a long time. My apologies if there's any public agencies. We realized very quickly, actually, that all we had to do with these plazas when they became permanent was separate different types of people. I don't mean that in any sort of discriminatory way. What I actually mean is that we had to separate people that were there to work in Times Square every day from people that were only there transiently, that were passing through Times Square, which is also different from tourists who are either there momentarily or actually setting up shop for a good bit of time so they can have lunch or they're waiting for a show or coming out of a show.